everyone, my name's Cece. Welcome to my channel where I talk about books and stuff. Okay. Um, Today I am doing a March TBR. Now I love to plan out what I'm gonna read, but I never stick to it. Ever. I'm always like worried that I'm gonna fall into a reading slump because I read a lot and then I want to take a break, but I feel like if I take a break it's gonna be like a year-long break and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, I usually like I'll plan stuff out and then a day later, or like after I finish what I'm currently reading, I'll like read something completely different than what I was planning on reading. But I figured, you know, I'm starting this new channel, might as well just like try and stick to something. And I feel like I definitely will. I feel really good about this TBR. So the first two books that I'm going to talk about are ones that I've already started. The first one being Circe by Madeline Miller. This is about the Greek sorceress Circe, and it's just following her life, and that's pretty much it. I am like halfway through this book. I started it in February and I had to put it down because there was just one part of the book that made me really sad, and I will talk about it more in my wrap up once I finish it. I am enjoying this book. I'm really enjoying the writing. I'm really enjoying Circe's character. There's not a lot of plot, which is like, you know, this is not I don't think this is a book that's supposed to have a lot of plot, so that's fine. I don't really mind that, but it was moving a little slow, and there was just one thing that happened that just made me so sad. Then I was like, I want to pick up something a little bit more lighthearted right now, which is what I've been doing these last few books. So yeah, hopefully I do finish this because I really want to. I really want to like it. I don't want to just like, you know, leave it and just like never finish it. And this next book I've also already started, and there's no question about me finishing it. I'm going to finish it within the next few days, and that is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This, if you don't know, which I'm sure most people do, this is the continuation to the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and you are following Nesta and Cassian, who are side characters in the first series. You know, like new threats are happening to this world, and also Nesta and Cassian's relationship. That's what this book is about. I'm like around page 300 right now. I am enjoying it. The next book I've also already started, but I only got to like page 20, so it doesn't really count. Dragon Pearl by Yoon Ha Lee. This is middle grade sci-fi following a 13-year-old girl named Min, who is a fox spirit, right? This is a blend between sci-fi and then Korean folklore. And so one day this like authority figure guy shows up to her house and tells her that her brother has left his post in the Space Force, I guess is what it's called, and he has gone in search for something called the Dragon Pearl to help their land prosper, pretty much. And she doesn't believe that her brother would just abandon his post. That's not within her brother's nature. So she takes it upon herself to go look for him and the Dragon Pearl. This is a part of the Rick Riordan Presents, and if you didn't know, I'm a huge Rick Riordan fan. I love like all of his books, and I do want to make my way through these, but I also want to read more middle grade, and I also want to read more books that are about different mythologies and different cultures, because I think that's so fun, especially in the middle grade format. Now this one is pretty high on the list, and that is Secret History of Witches by Louisa Morgan. This is adult historical fiction following 5 generations of witches set in France, and that is all I know. It's pretty big. It's like almost 500 pages. It's pretty large. But I bought this a really long time ago. I bought it back in July, and I really want to get through it. I like just want to get to it. Also really want to read more historical fiction. However, this isn't really a genre, right? Like literary fiction. This is not really a genre that I read a lot of, but I do want to read more of. However, it's not really what I'm in the mood for right now. But hopefully I end up really liking this because look at this cover. It's so cute. I mean, that's not the only reason, but it is low-key the reason I bought it. Now, the next book that I have is also about witches, and it is Bewitched by Paige Mackenzie and Nancy Olin. This is following a teenage girl named Iris, and she has just moved to this new town, started going to this new school, and she joins a coven. And look at this, like, artwork on the front. It's so cute. I love it. Also, in this world, it takes place in modern day, like in modern times, but witchcraft is illegal. Like, the president of the United States is like, you can't do witchcraft, you will be punished. So that seems really interesting to me. That's all I have to say about this one. These next two books, I do own physical copies of them, but I don't have the dust jacket, so I'm just gonna show you a picture. The first one is The Comeback by Ella Berman. This is following a girl who was a child star, and on the night that she's supposed to receive a Teen Choice Award, she actually kind of goes MIA, and nobody knows where she is, where she went. But years go by, she's living her life, she's not an actor anymore, but she is asked to present her abuser with a Lifetime Achievement Award or something similar to that. So I think this book is gonna talk a lot about how children are treated in Hollywood and within the film television industry. So it was a story that really intrigued me, and I think it's gonna provide a lot of insight and a new perspective, hopefully. The last book that is on my list for books to read in March is The Prophets by Robert Jones Jr. And all that I know about this book is that it is about two men who are in love, but they are slaves on a plantation. And that sounds extremely heavy, but I don't know, that premise, it just really intrigued me. And I mean, that's all that I have to say about that. I don't know, like, it was just like the premise, it just got me, and I just wanted to read it, even though it sounds like it might be really hard to read, but just, I don't know, it just really intrigues me. So yeah, those are all the books that I plan on reading in March. Let me know what you plan on reading, or if you've read any of these already, and I will see you all in another video. Bye bye.